Hey nerds, and welcome to Flash, Theories, and Conspiracies. I'm Brian from Good Nerd, Bad Nerd. So this week we had the payoff of the entire jail sequence, the Amonette Black, the Warden Wolf stuff, and the entire Amonette Black setup felt like it had nothing to do with Barry and was more about Ralph really developing this new ability. Now, this new ability he has was fantastic. And actually, the actor who played his old buddy, the Scottish guy who's kind of a dirty detective as well, I love that actor. He's great. I remember he was from Stargate Atlantis. But Ralph's new ability is very cool. And I like that they're giving Ralph more depth as a character, more abilities, more things he can do. And everything that happened this episode, everything with Barry and Amonette Black and the Warden, it was all about getting Ralph more comfortable with his abilities and training and pushing himself in order for the weakest moment in this entire plot so far. Ralph shows up as Devoe in the court at the hearing, and obviously if the person who is believed to be murdered shows up, there's no murder, so Barry would be let go. But then Devoe then disappears. Barry is immediately going to be a suspect again. It's not a well thought out plan, but again, the method in which Barry was imprisoned and all the evidence and the defense that he was given was pretty weak to begin with. So maybe it's just not a very good legal system there in the Flash universe. But so that was all of that. Because here's the thing. Devoe didn't need the metahumans out in the middle of that yard to take their abilities. With his teleporting chair, he could have teleported directly into the metahuman wing and just taken any metahumans he wanted. Obviously, he wanted the ones with the bus for specific reasons. Their powers work together in some way for whatever grand plan that he has. But yeah, it just... I felt like these last 2 weeks could have been better, in my mind. Now, I will say Devoe is getting extra creepy. As he becomes more powerful, his abilities are starting to take over and kind of manipulate who he is. He's getting extra creepy. Drugging his wife when she isn't happy and she's starting to not trust him, that is a creepy move. So Devoe is really kind of escalating in the super creepy villain category. And I like that. I like that he is really becoming evil. Because when this started, you weren't necessarily sure what his plan was. And if it was about educating the world and granting knowledge to everyone, whatever that means, you could kind of see an altruistic side of that. You could see that he would think of himself as the good guy and that his wife, the mechanic, would think of them as the good guys. But now she was really having her doubts. And I think between her change of heart, which I don't think Devoe would ever have calculated or counted on, and with Cecile's telepathy and mind reading abilities, there's variables that Devoe had not accounted for. So I like what they've done with him. That was the best part of this episode, how creepy and eerie they made him. But yeah, that's I think that's it. There wasn't too much to this episode. We did get to see this nice kind of classic jailbreak scenario. If that had been a separate episode and not related to any of this other stuff, I think it would have been very cool. Seeing Barry come up with this plan to break out was actually really enjoyable. And seeing the whole team kind of have to work together. Although Barry really could have gotten out with just that one other guy. So he didn't really need everyone, but he was trying to save them from Amonette Black. But yeah, I don't know. What did you guys think? Unlike Supergirl, we do have Flash next week, so that's great. But I'm not sure how I felt about this episode. Let me know in your comments down below. And don't forget to check out my other theories on Supergirl and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So until next time, guys, I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd, and this has been Flash, Theories and Conspiracies.